I'm sure we can all agree that the ocean is excessively important to everyone. It should be, at least, right? It's part of our ecosystem. But the main issue that I have here is, wouldn't consistently dumping all of this metal into the ocean just to consistently build artificial reefs, right? Wouldn't that counteract like the benefits we can get from recycling these things, guys? Listen, I get it, but let's see where this takes us, guys. Name of the video is "The Army Dumped Dozens of Tanks into the Ocean. Look what happened 14 years later. You won't believe it." It's come from the channel Noctis. Let's jump into it. Also a suggestion via Discord, guys.
Hi there, welcome to Noctis on YouTube.
In early August 2010, the Thai government sank 25 army tanks off the coast of Pattani and Narathiwat provinces in southern Thailand.
Okay.
In addition to tanks, 273 old train carriages and 198 garbage trucks were also dumped into the South China Sea in an effort to create artificial reefs.
Yeah, like definitely a lot of countries are starting to do this, but again, think about how expensive these materials are. Can we not use these things for something else?
The project, initiated by the Queen of Thailand, aims to produce new coral reefs and improve the marine ecosystem, as well as increase local fish stocks in the region.
Okay.
In addition, another purpose of these artificial reefs is to prevent overfishing. It is known that this project cost far more than previously estimated, with an annual budget of 115.7 million Thai baht, or about $3.7 million.
Yeah, make sure you add in the cost to build these items. Build and purchase these items.
However, the plan for this artificial reef project has existed since 2008, which made various institutions willing to assist in the construction of artificial reefs in the Gulf of Thailand. The State Railway of Thailand also donated old railway tracks and containers. Meanwhile, the Thai Department of Highways also contributed pipes and concrete pillars, all of which have been dumped into the sea to serve as artificial reefs. This project has been relatively successful, resulting in the growth of many marine biota, ranging from coral flowers, clams, to barnacles. New York Subway Cars. The last artificial reef project is the sinking of New York Subway Cars, which began in 2001. At that time, the New York Transit Authority started disposing of unused subway cars by dumping them into the sea.
This is definitely the more famous of the projects here. I think we recently seen a video similar to this one here, kind of talking about this in depth. I'm still going to say this here. I'm in the camp of reusing these for most likely tiny homes for lower income people. That'll be an amazing thing, right? Kind of get some of the stress of housing off of a lot of people. Or again, reusing these materials for other things. All right.
Unused subway cars by dumping them into the sea. Of course, this is intended to create artificial reefs that can enhance marine life. This option was chosen because it is cheaper than having to remove asbestos from the cars, which is considered to pollute the environment.
So you dump it into the ocean?
The New York Subway Car sinking project was first carried out at Slaughter Beach, Delaware, precisely 16 miles east of the Indian River Inlet. This artificial reef area is known as Redbird Reef. Seeing the good potential of Redbird Reef, many states in the United States began accepting used subway cars to be used as artificial reefs. However, the subway car dumping program was discontinued in 2010, after more than 2,500 cars were also sunk. This is because the newer types of cars contain more plastic. Therefore, it is considered too expensive to dispose of them economically before being buried. Airbus A330.
Bro, don't tell me we're dumping planes.
One Airbus
purpose.
A330 aircraft with the registration number TCOCB has been decommissioned and is now used as an artificial reef. For your information, this aircraft was initially delivered to Hong Kong's Dragon Air airline in 1995.
Okay.
Then in 2010, the aircraft was transferred to Honor Air, an airline based in Turkey and Saudi Arabia. After nearly 20 years of operation, the aircraft was decommissioned in 2017. Its old age made the interest in buying this aircraft minimal. However, instead of being discarded, the TCOCB aircraft was salvaged in a joint project with Turkish authorities to sink the aircraft's fuselage as an artificial reef. The funding for this project came from the Trans-Anatolian Natural Gas Pipeline Project, or TANAP.
Yeah, I'll definitely tell you, this is probably one of the more elaborate ones that we've seen, at least. I mean, this in the tank, that's absolutely wild.
Reports show that the company paid around $100,000 to sink the A330's fuselage. To transport the aircraft's fuselage, the plane was dismantled in Antalya by the Turkish company Sky Air Shop. Like aircraft recycling, this process removes many parts that can be reused or resold, as well as components that can harm the marine environment.
Okay. And listen, this is better than what New York was doing with dumping asbestos into our ocean. That's a great thing.
The result is a mostly empty aircraft fuselage with passenger seats, galley, various electronics such as wires, and all flight instruments removed.
Right, those can be definitely used.
After dismantling,
100%.
the next process is to transport the aircraft fuselage using 6 road trucks from Antalya to Ibris in the northwestern province of Edirne. After being reassembled at the port, the A330 aircraft is sunk by attaching floats to the fuselage, which are then carefully deflated to allow the aircraft to sink. This sinking process takes about 4 hours.
All right, so I guess now we know if you're ever in some type of plane incident, you have but roughly 4 hours. Guys.
Now, the aircraft wreckage not only serves as a home for living creatures, but has also become a favorite tourist destination, especially for tourists who enjoy diving.
Diving, yeah. Can imagine.
Oris aircraft carriers.
Okay.
The Oris aircraft carriers, or USS Oris, is an Essex-class aircraft carrier that was newly built after World War II for the United States Navy.
All right, so now you're going to lead me to believe that we couldn't recycle the majority of this metal. Don't do that.
The ship, measuring 888 feet long, 129 feet wide, and with a draft of 30 feet 6 inches, has a sailing speed of up to 33 knots, or about 37 miles per hour. After officially completing its duties for 25 years, the ship, nicknamed Mighty O, was retired on September 30th, 1976, and stored for long-term storage in Bremerton, Washington, to be retained as a mobilization asset. Then, on September 9th, 1995, the Oris was sold as scrap by DLA Disposition Services to Pegasus International, a new company at the former Mare Island Naval Shipyard in Vallejo, California. However, in 1999, the Navy reclaimed ownership of this ship. The ship was then towed 15,000 miles to Beaumont, Texas for storage while awaiting the availability of funds for its disposal. On April 5th, 2004, the United States Navy announced that they would move the Oris to the state of Florida to be used as an artificial reef. Resolve Marine Group was entrusted to perform the environmental remediation work or cleaning the ship of hazardous materials before sinking it as an artificial reef.
Yeah, this is definitely the biggest one we've seen so far.
After being hampered by several issues, the ship was finally brought to Pensacola, Florida and sunk on May 17, 2006. To sink the ship, the Navy's Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team from Panama City detonated the Oris using 500 pounds of C4 explosives. The location where Oris sank is known as the Great Carrier Reef, referring to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of wildlife, well, sea life using this, guys. Absolutely. Look at this.
USNS General Hoyt S. Vandenberg. The next United States Navy ship that has become an artificial reef is the USNS General Hoyt S. Vandenberg. This General G.O. Square-class transport ship measures 522 feet 10 inches long, 71 feet 6 inches wide, has a draft of 24 feet, and a speed of 70 knots, or about 19 miles per hour. The ship is powered by a single screw steam turbine with 9,900 horsepower, or about 7,400 kilowatts. After being retired in 1983 and removed from the naval vessel registered in 1993, the Navy decided to sink the ship and turn it into an artificial reef. Preparations for the ship's sinking required months of inspection and cleaning to remove hazardous materials inside. The ship's cleaning was done at the Norfolk Naval Shipyard in Virginia. Workers had to remove over 1 million feet of wire, 1,500 vent gaskets, dozens of watertight steel doors, 81 bags of asbestos, 193 tons of potentially cancer-causing substances, 46 tons of trash that could break loose and float to the surface, 300 pounds of mercury-containing materials, and 185 55-gallon drums of paint chips.
Paint chips? Oh, from, okay.
After the cleaning was completed, the
stripping
Vandenberg ship immediately made a 1,100-mile journey to the port of Key West to be sunk. The Vandenberg ship was officially sunk on May 27, 2009 and is the second largest artificial reef in the world after the USS Oris aircraft carrier.
Guys, after watching this here and actually seeing how things are being done, I still don't think I like it. Right? Like, I understand they have to be done. Like, if they have the ability to basically keep species alive longer, right, and stop the concept of overfishing specific species of fish, then I can kind of see how that's beneficial, right? I can see that. But I'm still not sure I like the waste of metal. Right, and I think that's probably my only concern. So hopefully if someone knows a little bit more about this than I do, please let me know in the comments what would be the benefit of this, guys. How about this? Do the benefits outweigh the absolute negatives of not being able to recycle and reuse that metal for other projects? Are the benefits that much, guys? Let me know. Seriously. But all right, listen. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.